Fabulous. Okay, so welcome to the careers and employability session today, which is what is career mentoring and the importance of signing up during the pandemic. So in today's session, we are going to cover a range of things today. There's going to be loads of information about what is career mentoring and the importance of it. It's going to be an opportunity to gain an insight into career mentoring and the pathway structure. So you'll be hearing me use the word pathway quite a lot today. To understand the benefits of being mentored by an employer. And to know what types of employers are involved, but also how to apply. So if you've not applied yet, that'll be some really key information for you. So if you've ever wanted to talk to somebody about a role or career, but you don't know anybody that does that job, or perhaps you wanted an honest view of a company or sector, or perhaps you've even wanted to talk to somebody about your future who isn't a careers advisor or a family member, then career mentoring could be for you. It's going to be a really great opportunity. So what is career mentoring? Career mentoring is the opportunity for you to get a glimpse into your career choice. So it's an employability pathway that will match you with an experienced professional, basically to get an insight into an industry or a sector that you're interested in, but it'll also be a really great opportunity for you to develop your professional network, a great opportunity for networking, to develop your confidence and to have a think about some of your career choices as well, to open up some of those ideas. And this structured pathway will be taking place over a 4-month period. And I'll run through some finer details in that in a second. So the mentoring itself, as I said, a 4-month period will take place between January and April next year. And you'll need to commit to a minimum of 6 sessions with your industry mentor during this time. Now, the meetings with your mentor will be about 1 hour in duration, but they will be set up at a time that suits you and your mentor, so, flexible around your timetable. These meetings will take place virtually over Zoom or Skype, and you'll be able to work through a really great structured pathway, which will give you guidance on the start of some really great conversations. So you're not going to be left to have these conversations on your own. There will be some guidance about some questions you can ask and topics to think of. If you haven't applied already, applications close on Sunday the 29th. So that's not this Sunday coming, it's the following Sunday. So I've mentioned about the pathway quite a lot. So now I'm going to run through about how it works and the support that's available to you and the sessions and things like that and what it will look like. So there are 3 main stages to the pathway, and this is stage 1. So here, hopefully you can see my mouse. This is where the application form will sit. Now, some of you may have already filled it out, and it's super quick and easy with just tick box questions and a couple of bits of information for you to answer. It'll only take you a couple of minutes to complete, but our mentors have filled out a similar application form as well, which is brilliant because this will help us with matching you with a mentor and for us to find a good match. The second element here then is identifying your skills. Now these are 10 super quick questions for you to fill out, basically to identify your confidence in certain areas that will be covered in the skills and the sessions throughout the mentoring scheme. So that's really interesting. And there's also the personality indicator, which you'll see here, the PI indicator. Now this is a discovery tool that has been specifically developed for your personal development. So you complete a questionnaire and then you'll be given a detailed report that provides you with an insight into your personal behavioural style and team role preferences. So those 3 sessions, the application form, identifying your skills and the personality indicator, are all required sessions for you to complete. They don't take long for you to complete stage 1. And then you've got the Cardiff Award here, and you can see in brackets this says optional, and this will give you the option to learn more about the Cardiff Award and how your sessions and hours can count towards it. And I'll cover that in a little bit more detail later on towards the end. So once you've completed stage 1, which is really simple, you'll be then contacted in January to advise if you've been matched with a mentor. So until then, you can complete stage 1 and wait for further correspondence. Now, stage 2 of the pathway. So only once you've been matched with a mentor will stage 2 unlock. So once you've completed the sections that you need to in stage 1, then stage 2, and you've been matched, then stage 2 will unlock. So here you'll find an information guide, which is going to be super, super handy for you during your mentoring sessions. And there'll be lots of FAQs. There'll be probably these sessions that happen in this week that are in there, lots of information, contact details and things like that. So that'll be a really handy guide for you. And then you've also got a record your hours session. Now within this record your hours session, this is really important because here it will allow you to keep track of the hours that you've done with your mentor, where you'll need to submit them. But there's also a space where you can reflect on the sessions themselves. So an area where you can input things like, what have you learned? What did you cover? And this will be really handy if you're updating your CV. Or towards the end, if you're having conversations about, you know, how did you find the mentoring scheme, what have you learned? It'll give you the opportunity to make notes on what you've learned from each session. And then there are 6 other sessions you can see here, which I've mentioned a little bit before, that you will need to complete. Now, before each online meeting with your mentor, you'll have access to these 6 short interactive online sessions, and they're all based on key employability topics. Now, these are in place to help you prepare as much as possible for your meeting. So you may not have met with an industry professional before, you may not have had any work experience, so that speaking with a professional, you know, may seem a little bit daunting, or you might be worried about what type of things you can ask or what your conversations are going to look like. So completing these sessions is going to be key for you and your mentor to be able to have the confidence to just start and have some really great conversations, and there'll be a little bit of continuity then to the experience that students and mentors are having on part of this scheme. So preparing for your meetings and completing these sessions will allow you to have confidence and informed conversations. And there'll be lots of prompts about questions that you can ask as well. And your mentors are going to be aware of these sessions. So they're going to be going and doing a little bit of preparation as well, because they're going to be wanting to make sure they're fully prepared when they talk to you. So you'll both have an understanding of what key topics you're going to be discussing in your conversations. Now, these sessions include, session 1 is commercial awareness. Now, this is really important. In a lot of these sessions, you'll hear about time and time again, these words, these descriptions of key employability topics. So with commercial awareness will be a really great opportunity for you to develop an understanding of the importance of commercial awareness, but also to gain a deeper insight into your mentor's industry or profession. So by looking at this session, you'll gain those skills, but it'll also give you a really good opportunity to look at your mentor's role or industry, or get a feel for the business, just so you've got that, you've done that bit of research in the background. Session 2 is networking. So having a mentor is a really, really great opportunity for you to connect with a professional from an industry or a sector that you're perhaps interested in. So this session will cover why building your network is so important, especially now, so early on in your career. And your mentor might be able to advise on perhaps what type of networking they do in their role, or if there's any events or things that it would be worth you keeping an eye out, or memberships or things like that. So it'll all be relative to your mentor and the industry that they're from. Session 3 is recruitment tips. So through this session, this would probably be quite interesting for you as well, is the opportunity for you to try a range of different activities and tools that can help you prepare for recruitment. But your mentor might be able to help you with understanding some key recruitment tips for the business that they're in, or for their profession. So they might be able to advise on perhaps certain things that they would look for in a CV or in an application form. So this will be really handy, and it might even be that they've got some work experience opportunities that they can support you with your application for. So this is definitely a key session. Session 4 is building your resilience. Now we hear time and time again about resilience, but what does it actually mean? And it's actually quite different for different businesses and industries, what resilience means. So this will be an opportunity for you to discuss that with your employer. You know, look at what characteristics of resilience are reflecting on your own experiences, and the online sessions will help you basically give you the tools to build on your resilience. Session 5 is developing your online brand. So thinking about LinkedIn and social media, and through this session and speaking with your mentor, you'll gain knowledge of the importance of your online brand and how you can use this as part of your professional networking. But this is also a really great opportunity for you to connect with your mentor. So if they're on LinkedIn, if you're on LinkedIn, you might be able to discuss things like that and about your profiles, but also there might be people that they advise for you to connect with as well. And then finally, reflection. So section 6, is about reflection. And by the end of your career mentoring experience, you'll be able to reflect, especially when you filled out the session with your hours and reflection, about what you've learned and about what you've both learned. Because it's about our mentors are learning as much from you as you are learning from them. So this will be a really good opportunity for you both to reflect on everything you've learned, to have a little look at perhaps any next steps that you've thought about, or how this mentoring might have even informed some of your career choices. So after by completing each session with your mentor, we really hope that you're not only building your employability skills and becoming more aware of these key employability topics, but also developing your confidence in those areas as well. So once you've completed all of your hours and your mentoring hours, then stage 3 will unlock. And this is a really short stage where you again can fill out the identify your skills questions. So like you did at the beginning of the sessions, this will be an opportunity to see how your confidence has changed in those key employability areas. But there's also a feedback section, and we always say feedback is so important to us. It's important for you in response to reflection, but also for us to know how you found the opportunity. If there's anything you've learned, if there's anything you would suggest to change, the more feedback we get from you, the better. And this is a really super quick part to fill out. And then you've got next steps. So next steps will be an introduction into your further career opportunities and how you can apply perhaps the new skills that you've learned on career mentoring. So on to the benefits. Now, there are loads of benefits to career mentoring, and there's lots to go through, which I'll run through with you, but 3 of the main ones that are quite obvious to us is your confidence. So by fully taking part in the sessions in the programme, we expect your confidence in your employability skills, your communication and your networking skills all to be improved, and then hopefully you can be able to apply those throughout the rest of your career opportunities. Work experience. Now, it's not guaranteed, but there may be scope for our employers, our mentors, to offer further insight into their business or their profession or role, and that could be through an insight. It might be, as I said before, being able to offer you support on applying to a summer internship or graduate role. So there's definitely scope for that. And it might even be just that they can support you with recruitment tips and application guidance. Also the Cardiff Awards. So I've mentioned the Cardiff Awards a few times. It's a fantastic thing to be getting involved with, and I'll mention it again at the end. So all of your sessions that you complete and the mentoring hours can all go towards the Cardiff Award, which is brilliant. So it's all something that this the whole scheme can count towards. And there are lots of other benefits as well for career mentoring. Now, developing your broader perspective on career options and opportunities is a key one, and you might find out about different types of roles that you've never even heard of before, or knew what your study skills would be suitable for. There are certainly mentors who have applied already who have got really interesting job positions that I've never heard of before, so it's going to be, it's a really great opportunity. You'll be able to learn from the experiences of your mentor, so perhaps how they got into the role, you know, what steps they took to get there, you know, where did they start, how have they got into that business, if there's anything that would really help you to build on those steps of your career, then there's going to be so much you're going to be able to learn from your mentor. It's going to be a really great opportunity for you to improve your communication skills and your personal skills. So, you know, throughout these meetings, they are going to be virtual, but they are going to be face-to-face. You are going to be able to speak to a professional, you know, on camera and be able to have that experience. And so you will be developing your communication skills, but you'll also be developing your, communication skills using online platforms such as Zoom or Skype or things like that as well. You should, we hope, establish a sense of direction to identify your goals. So maybe perhaps through your discussions, you might be able to pinpoint some job roles that you'd like to research more into, or sectors or types of business that you maybe hadn't thought of before. It might be that you are looking at additional training or online courses, or perhaps there are just some events that you need to keep an eye out on. There's also the opportunity to gain an insight into your mentor's industry, which, as I said before, could be an industry that you have no idea about, and to grow your understanding of how to enter the jobs market. So obviously this is quite a difficult time, and you may be feeling like it's quite a difficult time to enter the jobs market. So to have that extra support, to have that extra guidance, that extra insight into getting into your first work experience or job role is going to be really beneficial to you. And hopefully you'll be increasing your academic confidence, so realising how your studies will be applied to certain roles, and how all the skills that you're learning can be utilised as well. So a bit about you. As a Cardiff University student or a graduate after 2 years, then you're open to apply for the Cardiff University Career Mentoring Programme. You're going to need to be motivated to improve your prospects of employability. So we expect you to have the get up and go to take the most out of these opportunities. It's such a fantastic opportunity, so really making the most out of it is really important. You will be committing to participating in the programme for its full duration. So that's the 6 one-hour sessions, and our mentors are going to be doing the same. And as I said, it's flexible around your timetable, so you can do those at a time that works for you. And you will be expected to take on responsibility in the communication with your mentor and setting up your meetings at a time that works, you know, well for both of you. Whether that's, you know, liaising through email and then organising those meetings. But most importantly, we want you, as I said, to be excited to make the most out of the opportunity. It is a fantastic opportunity that you can get involved with. So go for it, enjoy it. It's going to be brilliant. So a little bit about our mentors. So our mentors have volunteered their time to help and support you, and they come from such a wide range of industries and sectors and job roles. And some may be fairly recent in junior roles, fairly recent graduates, but we've also got professionals who have got loads of experience as well. So we've got a really diverse range of mentors. As I said before, they too have submitted an application form, just like yourselves, so we'll be able to help up with the matching, and you'll be liaising with your mentors on Zoom, Skype or Teams at a virtual capacity like this. So these are just a snapshot of some of the organisations that our mentors are from. We've got some really, really good names on there. So yeah, you can see we've got some great employers who are involved and who are wanting to mentor students and give something back, which is really good. And there's plenty of mentor logos that aren't on there as well. So if you haven't applied and you're looking at applying, then this is a super quick step-by-step process. So you need to click the work experience tab on your careers account, which is here. But if you aren't familiar with your careers account, if you haven't applied already and you don't know where it is, then just look at the Your Futures tab on the intranet or search careers account on the intranet. and you should find it there. And there's also a pathways element here. Once you've clicked through, then you can click through to the work experience scheme list, and then you'll see career mentoring on the left hand side. Now once you click on that, you'll see the advert, which gives you all the details about career mentoring and what it is. And then there'll be a big green apply now button, which will take you through to the short application form. So a little recap on the timeline. So applications close on Sunday the 29th, which is not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. The matching process will happen in December. You'll probably get an email just saying thanks for your application, or to prompt you if there's any sections that you've not completed fully. But then in January, you'll be emailed to let you know if you've been matched with a mentor. Late January is when you would be able to meet your mentor and who it would be with, and start those conversations. And then so those conversations will then happen between January and April next year. And as I've said, a minimum of 6 to 1 hour sessions that are flexibly set up between you and your mentor. Now in previous slides I've talked about the Cardiff Award. And you can join the Cardiff Award, and it basically, you can get recognition for any work experience, extracurricular opportunities that you undertake, mentoring, societies, volunteering, part-time work, basically anything extracurricular opportunities that you can get recognised for. And the award is open to all students and can be flexibly undertaken alongside your studies via the platform Your Career Journey. So all the sessions that we discussed today are all part of the Cardiff Award. So it's really worth searching the Cardiff Award on the internet to find out more. It's certainly worth doing. If you're doing the hours already, get recognised for it. And our employers certainly recognise it as well. It's something that you can pop on your CV. So this is the first of one of many sessions this week about career mentoring. So there's lots of other sessions this week that you can get involved with or register for, which you would be able to do online through your careers account as you've done with this one. But they are being recorded, so hopefully we'll be able to get those out to any students who haven't been able to make it today as well. So it's worth booking on to those. And if you aren't already, it's really important that you get yourself familiar with the following online resources that have been developed through the careers team here at Cardiff University. So the first is your careers account. Now, this is something you need to be checking regularly. You need to open on your favourite tabs on your server, and basically this is where the jobs board is. This is where you can search for work experience or graduate jobs. It's where you can book online sessions like this and careers events, or you can meet with a careers advisor. So your careers account is a really key tool for you to be using. And this is where the pathways section is as well. So that workflow that you'll be working on is sat within that section of your careers account. And the second is your career journey. So this is where the mentoring session, the resources are housed. This is where you'll be able to undertake the Cardiff Award. And there's so many online resources, careers resources on there, it's brilliant. So CV and cover letter advice, assessment centres, networking, getting ready for your interviews, virtual online assessment centres, absolutely everything you can think of to do with supporting you throughout your career journey is on there. So that's an amazing online resource that you can access as well. So I'm mindful there's lots of information there. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to open it up now to any questions. If anybody's got any questions, if you'd like to pop in the chat, or if you'd like to put on your video or your microphone to ask any questions, then please let me know. It'd be great to hear from you. Has anybody got any questions at all? Thank you, Libby. No worries if you don't have any questions. I'll wait a couple of minutes if anybody's got any questions, but thank you all for listening anyway. Thank you, Ellen. Glad you found it very helpful. Anyone else got any questions about how to apply, or about our mentors, or about the sessions? No? Okay, brilliant. Well, Fab, thanks for joining me. I'll be, if you've got any questions, you can email the work experience team, but the opportunity is live for you to apply to there anyway. So best of luck, and it'd be great if you can attend any of the other sessions this week, because there'll be lots of other more helpful information for you. So thanks for listening.